So you guys ready to play some Dungeon and Durgan?
Oh, you Gurgan.
What's a Dungeon and Durgan?
Down in Dallas?
Well, if we had to go
My
through
double
this,
D's are ready.
Okay.
my double.
Banging start.
When we last left our motley crew of ne'er-do-wells, fortune seekers, and all-around freedom fight, and possibly freedom seekers as well, you never know. You had all accepted a job shipping contraband crates from Vinelmon over to Timonzar, which is about like a few days' journey. Along their way, the party got to know the crew that they are flying with, the Flint Pirates, a very well-known crew around a few seas, known for a couple of adventures, magical or I think feats of daring do, I believe is how the expression goes. And you were all affected by a series of fey curses, and you also got blind drunk with the captain. Unfortunately though, in the middle of your journey, your sloop is stopped by a navy vessel, inspecting all ships around the area, trying to look for recently stolen goods that were actually navy supplies, which are the same ones the party were assigned to guard by Captain Flint. However, as the Navy were drawn off the scent of the contraband thanks to the deceptive misdirection by one Aniew and Soar, another ship approached, a sloop that hoists the flag of the Lasher Pirates, a notorious band of actual pirates actually, because these pirates are just more like plunder and pillaging rather than buccaneers. With cannons firing and cutlasses drawn, the crew, as well as the navy that you persuaded to help, are ready themselves against their enemy. As the ship approaches, you see, hanging up from one of the riggings, like the rope riggings, is a female goblin wearing what appears to be flamboyant, flashy clothes with a long feathered tricorn hat, almost on par with Captain Flint's. And for the folks at home, she looks like this. In the Discord.
Whoa, Aruga!
Aruga?
Glorbbo, it's your chance. Get it.
Glorbbo, you can do it.
Here you
Glorbbo,
go.
you sly dog.
Alrighty.
I like the cut of her jib.
I like the
Just
stains
her
of
jib.
her.
Well, you know, all the cleavage.
Oh, I'm glad you were blunt with it. I'm glad you were blunt with it.
I'm not even in this situation. I'm still in the poop deck.
I like the
I'm
stanks of her personality, as it were.
Alright, you hear
Oh my god.
her lean down to you and go,
Well. Not often we get to stick it to the Navy and Captain Flint's motley crew, eh, boys?
says like a little army of goblins that are that make up the crew.
So here's how this is gonna work there. Those two ships here belong to Captain Jogg and her merry band of Lasher Pirates. And with your ship's honor, Captain Flint, and a Navy vessel, our names will spread around the entire still sea. Every island and kingdom will fear the Lasher Pirates for the menaces we are. So we can do this the easy way, or we do this the hard way. What say you?
Glorbbo will hear this, and he's kind of stunned, but he's kind of distracted by the just like squeakiness of her voice. He's like, oh god, she looks very beautiful, but I don't know that I wanna comply with this.
That's the woman you need to keep mouth full.
Oh
Jesus.
Hey.
Oh.
Jesus.
Food, right? Yeah. You just need to constantly feed them. It's fine.
You need
Feed her grapes. Feed her chocolates. That's what I meant.
Yeah. No, make sure.
What were you thinking?
Guys,
Oh, I was thinking of something about milk.
All right, let me do some.
Yep.
While this is so you say you want to say beef, and then I will I'll add on to that.
So Glorbbo, when looking at this, he's kind of perturbed. He's like, "What the fuck? That's you."
I mean, she wasn't gonna
and
sound
he
like
starts
Jessica
kinda
Rabbit.
Fidgeting. He starts kind of fidgeting his fingers a little bit, kind of nervous, like an anime schoolboy, and kind of just
Oh my
like,
god.
bashful.
I walk over and
Christ,
give him a
man,
nudge on the
folds
shoulder.
at the first sign.
This is a beautiful goblin. She's a pirate.
So, you know, this is where I would walk over, give him a nudge on the shoulder, be like, "Get her."
But you're downstairs in the brig. You can't. Oh, no, you
No,
are
no,
up there.
you-
Oh,
you
no.
went
I'm
upstairs, I
I'm
stayed
up on the deck
downstairs.
with you guys.
Okay.
I stayed downstairs to protect the cargo.
Like an anime protagonist of his own story, he will respond in kind. I see you. You were saying what about pirate ships belonging to you? This is not a pirate ship. This is just a regular vessel.
Give me a deception check with disadvantage, because there is a navy flag flying above the other ship.
Oh god, Glorbbo.
You know what? That's quite funny. I know commanders got a good sense of humor, but you're not that funny. So what's it gonna be, Captain Flint? You gonna hand over your ship or what?
And that is when Captain Flint will look over to the Navy officer and go, "You know, I don't normally do buccaneer work these days, but say no more. You and your crew will be handsomely paid if you're able to take care of these pirates. Of course, then. Permission to kill, Captain. Permission granted." And that's when Captain Flint will take out his cutlass, and everyone else take out their cutlasses and flintlocks, and Captain Jogg will grin.
I guess we're doing things the hard way then. Unlocks the hard way. Get 'em, boys!
And I need you all to roll initiative.
Okay. Initiative.
And I'm gonna move you guys to the map.
Where am I?
Initiative.
There I am.
Where am I?
I can't touch my character.
What?
Hang,
Well, shit.
well, hang on. I'm going to actually. I need to move a couple because at this point I'll say like a few of them have already moved onto the ship, as it were, by the time this combat's going down.
Oop, that's not the right person. There we go.
Fortune. That's Soar. Fortune, can you move?
Hmm?
Can you?
Hold on.
Yep. Can you click on your token?
This is in character. She's not paying attention whatsoever.
Oh, thanks God. All right. So yep. So because it's now your turn. Where are you gonna go?
I guess I need to stop eating and pay attention. Okay. Let's see.
So just for the
Who
record,
do I want to kill first?
the guys with the red dots are the Lasher Pirates. The guys in blue are Captain Flint's pirates. And oh,
Okay,
I
so
forgot
kill
to-
the red, save the blue. Got it. Mm-hmm.
Did we ever get this? Oh no. You basically said he looks kind of like that one guy from
Pirates of the Caribbean?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, he basically looks like that guy.
Yeah. Okay.
What
Yeah,
was
that
it?
one guy from Pirates of the Caribbean,
The-
full
the-
of.
Yeah, the cucked
You
dude
know.
from Pirates of the Caribbean.
You know that one guy? Yeah, that one guy.
Oh,
Yeah, that one guy from the Pirates of the Caribbean, the one movie. That he was in.
The guy from
Yeah,
the movie
yeah.
with the swords
I
and
meant
the
the
cannons.
fucking like Navy general.
Guy with the
Navy
powdered
dude
wig.
who's,
Yeah,
like,
it was the
after
one who was gonna
Jack
marry.
Sparrow's
Yeah, it was the one who was going to it was the one who was gonna marry Elizabeth,
Elizabeth.
Keira Knightley's character, but he gets cucked by Orlando Bloom.
He does.
Okay, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Everyone would get cucked by Orlando Bloom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Meh.
yeah.
He never really did it for me.
Oh, well, listen, most people, at the wedding altar, Orlando Bloom came in saying, "I object," dressed like Will Turner. They'd be like, "Take me,"
No.
and even the groom would be like,
No.
"Take me." No.
And then
No,
you
I'm-
just be staring at him, being like, "No, you leave."
I need the
I'm gonna
dark
walk
emo
in.
bad boys.
All right, so Brandon Lee comes back from the dead.
Yes. The crow walks in and I just go, take me!
All right,
Okay, so this one here I'm looking at has a red dot, but there's something white on it. What is that guy?
I
Something
don't-
special or just
No, he's just a regular pirate. He's a human pirate that's part of the that basically got a tattoo of the Lasher Pirates. So he's the enemy.
Okay. Okay, who do I want to kill?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Okay, I think I'm going to kill this one first. I'm sorry, boys, but fortune is not on your side today. It was a 19 hit.
19 will hit.
6 piercing.
Okay, that's not bad. That's actually, wait, no, that's the goblin actually. Okay, did you? Now you can't do sneak attack on this because you don't have advantage, but
Trying to double check what Rakish Audacity does.
yeah, let me read what it does. Let's see. In addition, you don't need advantage on your attack roll to use your sneak attack if no other creature other than your target is within 5 feet of you. Okay, so basically you can use sneak attack as long as you're the only one targeting this creature. Because you're basically doing the arrow flint, all eyes on me. kind of
Yes.
thing. So you can roll your sneak attack damage. How do you want to kill this goblin?
Oh, well, he managed to parry my blade, but my dagger finds its mark swift and true in the side of his neck as I grin, letting the splash of blood across my face make me look crazy, and then push him aside.
This captain curses in goblin as he goes, as he falls to the side, lifeless. And you see something kind of interesting pop up.
I look over to Aniew and I'm like, he's on our side, right?
As you see a shark lap up where the body was, and the body, as the patch where the goblin was, there is now a puddle of red that inks out across the sea. Fortune, give me a perception check. 8. Okay. What's your passive?
Looking, hold on.
Should be
14.
All right. Everyone with a passive perception of 12, of 10 or higher, I'll say, can see this. You see shark fins going all around the ship here, as you see that these waters are not only infested by the Lasher Pirates, but infested with sharks.
Chum in the water, boys! Chum in the water!
You don't have to tell me twice. I know what I'm gonna do. Is this point? Hold on. Is that point right there actually on fire? Would I take damage? If I
No,
walked in?
I will say that the combat has not started enough to where that is going to be a fire yet.
So then I am going to shove the goblin into the water. But since I have my astral self, I can use strength checks. Instead of using strength, I use wisdom.
Ooh, okay. I like where your head's at. All right. Then go ahead and roll me a wisdom check then. And we'll add a +2 to that. 23.
21. 23.
Yeah, because that's not including your proficiency bonus.
Nope.
So I got to roll an opposing acrobatics check for the goblin. See if he can make it 23. He does not. This boy's luck is just ran out as he is pushed 5 feet back. You know what? Because technically it would be in a straight line, but you know what? I like the idea of him falling overboard, so... As he just falls away like making an R2-D2 scream. And the sharks smell fresh meat. But he's also going to take some fall damage from that because it's a big sloop.
Probably 20, 30 feet.
Yeah, I'd argue that. So he's going to take... Oh, that goblin dies on impact.
Damn.
Well,
Man.
Now my
That's
question
kinda
is, can
OP.
everyone see my ability in it?
I
Or is it
will
still
allow you...
invisible?
I will allow you to make it visible if you so wish. Because I would say a lot of these, there's a few people on here, like, I feel like some average Joes might feel it's invisible, but then those that are more magically inclined or those with supernatural origins would be able to see your astral self.
I like the supernatural origin, can see it.
Yeah. So, Fortune, due to your origins, you will be able to see that your stoic and grumpy smuggler just has this glowing suit of floating armor around him, or like these floating arms around him, basically, that are able to do a lot of the actions for him while it's just standing there almost cross-armed, I imagine.
Yeah, basically.
Interesting.
Or at least like in a fighting stance rather than a
Yeah.
neutral stance.
Yeah, in a fighting stance. All right, is that all you want to do this turn?
I don't think I have anything else I can do.
Then next up is Glorbbo.
Yes, well. Okay, what I want to do is prep the story form guiding bolt, but in the meantime, I want to throw a magic stone at this fucker.
Oh, easy, yeah. So go ahead and click on the spell Magic Stone.
Magic stone.
With a 13 to hit?
Yes. Is
All right.
that his AC?
That does. So go ahead and click the Magic Stone button.
Hooray! I get to magically stone him.
Yeah.
Just like
why-
a famous
That's why
religious
Glorbbo
prophet.
is my favorite person to hang out with.
That's why
Get
Glorbbo
magically
is also...
stoned.
He's the guy you come to get magically stoned.
Yeah.
Roll with the bludgeoning.
6 bludgeoning. Ooh.
I was hoping we would have thrown him at the groin.
You want to hit him in the groin?
Yes.
All right, you go and hit him in the groin, and he makes a...
But does he fall over?
No, he does not. That does not... You get your next
It's
attack
just
with
wave
advantage. You get your next attack with advantage, basically, because he's grabbing his balls.
He's kind of,
Ah.
he's kind of hunched
Nuts.
over.
Hang on.
I like
Doing, like, a
how,
little wobble.
someone in chat's like, kiss their ass. I mean, kick their ass.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Troodles. We appreciate you.
So I do want clarification. So Gabba's turn is that he turned into like a astral mist, grabbed a piece of wood, turned into a rocket, dick through it.
So allow me to flavor this. What Glorbbo
Yes.
did is that he basically he had all these glowing veins around that took the shape of a star sign, of like a celestial system. He starts to glow like this beautiful radiant yellow, and he takes on like a and he does the pose of like the of an archer. Constellation appears around him, transfers into the stone or like the piece of the ship, which he chucks, and then like a majestic shooting star hits this pirate in the balls.
Meanwhile, in Glorbbo's brain, in his little goblin noggin, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to hit him in his balls. It'll be funny. Watch this." Oh.
Alright,
You know what? Give me a charisma check, actually.
Hold my beer and watch this. That moment.
Alrighty. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put this pose on him because it perfectly like encapsulates his mood. Natural 20.
He
Natted! He natted!
Got it. Glorbbo,
Wow.
your goblin ears perk up as you think you hear the sound of Captain Jogg cackling madly at that, thinking that she found what you just did incredibly funny.
Oh, my
Funny?
Lookfu found what I did hilarious. That's the best. Now what
Oh,
makes this day even better? Some goblin surf and turf.
ew, so ew.
A goblin sloppy Joe, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
Oh, you guys are reacting to make my cough.
Alright, so is it enough?
sorry, that's sorry.
And that's what
Okay,
Glorbbo
so,
will do when he'll end his turn.
Alright,
Prepping
beautiful.
guiding bolt.
Alrighty. As it is now Captain Jogg's turn. As she's going to look over to the crew that have gone onto her ship, and she's gonna go,
You know, you're pretty cute there, Goblin. You got a good sense of humor. I like that. If you stay alive, I might make you my cabin boy to keep me warm in the night.
Don't fall for her tricks, Gobbo. She won't love you.
It depends if he wants love or he just wants affection.
No, you're not helping the king.
alrighty, as she is going to take out a dual dagger and scimitar thing going on here, and just go full like anime slash mode, very like Errol Flynn Pirates of the Caribbean. And as she gets underneath one of Captain Flint's guys and just goes to town. You see her basically slashing and whacking one of Captain Flint's pirates, and manages to get a good, like, you know, stab on the Achilles heel with her scimitar. But now she's clashed with like dagger and like cutlass duel with this guy's cutlass, as they're having like a bit of a Errol Flynn like swashbuckling clash. And now it is
dual wielding.
She's dual wielding. She's not the only one dual wielding, as it's now Captain Flint's turn. He's going to look at this one threatening Aniew, and he is also going to take out a scimitar and a dagger and dual wield attack this boy.
Captain, my captain, you're dual wielding too. Is this a rare skill?
It is one that is learned through years in the high seas, my friend.
Aye, captain. That's smart. I likes to dual wielding.
I likes to dual wielding. I like it a lot. That
I swing with one hammer, and then I swing with two. Just seems a little too much.
And let's see. He is going to. So basically, Aniew, you watch as the man in front of you, like freezes for a moment before he collapses onto the ground, as Captain Flint has now hacked his back to pieces, and then he's going to simultaneously throw his dagger at this pirate who used his flintlock pistol on Fortune. That's not gonna hit, as it sort of tangs a bit on the ground. He can't be cool all the time.
Yeah.
It almost worked.
It almost worked. All right, next up is the bandit's turn. This boy did not appreciate getting hit in the groin, as he's gonna go, "You little fucker!" as he's gonna take out his flintlock and shoot at you with disadvantage.
He has like his face is red.
Sorry, and shoot. Yeah, and shoot it. Yeah, he's like tomato red. All right, so he's gonna shoot at you, Glorbbo, and he's gotta take the lowest number.
8,
I don't think he's gonna roll lower than yeah, he's gonna take that 8. It misses.
Okay, yeah.
As he takes a shot over at you, and you just like dodge. Funny enough, for a goblin who's literally just like a bright beacon, he could not hit you.
I am a target, and yet you can't hit me.
Would you say that your aim's a little off the mark? That was cringe.
So punny.
You're cringe.
You're cringe. Plus ratio.
All right, and now the bandit is going to go over to. This bandit's going to go over to you, Aniew, and is going to basically meet you on the other end of the bridge, and he's going to slash at you with his scimitar.
Sounds good.
Does an 11 hit you?
Doesn't hit.
Alrighty.
Nope.
You basically use your arm to like grab this, your astral self arm to like grab the scimitar and push it away. All right, and now
Fortune is going to step here so that she has no other people within 5 feet of her, and therefore she's attacking with advantage. She looks at the goblin, blood all over her face, and then she gives him a wide grin, showing her fangs before she chomps on his neck.
all right, go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh, damn.
25.
Is that with advantage?
Hold on, I'll show you.
Oh yeah, because
She's less than half health, she's with advantage.
oh, thank you. You have advantage on attack rolls if you're missing half or more of your hit points. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess a nat 20 is gonna hit. Go ahead and roll that damage.
That is insane. Jesus Christ.
And since also there's only him within 5 feet, she gets sneak attack as well.
Okay, go ahead. So
18.
So you get 7 points of hit points back as how do you want to kill this guy?
She's going to rip his throat out with her fangs.
All right, you rip his throat out and you drain him of all blood in the process. So you suck up his blood with your fangs, and what you feel like you've diminished, you rip the throat out of the next one and you drop him down to the deck of the ship.
That's her main action, so she can't do it again to bite this guy, but she can step up and stab him, right?
I mean, is the dead body? Yes.
No, the guy with the balls that are hurting.
Oh yes. You can definitely do that, and you can do that with advantage.
21
That's
to
gonna
hit.
hit. That's gonna hit.
And then, so that is this plus sneak attack.
Okay.
Where's that?
Again, you just like,
What the fuck?
you just fucking just stab him in the. You get the chance to just stab him. Where do you want to stab him?
The neck.
Yeah, you
I have a
stab him
theme.
straight through the neck, and then you let out and just falls limp to the ground.
And then she's just gonna stand there, can't turn around to face the other ship, licking the blood off of her fingers. Who's next?
Roll me a passive intimidation.
16 passive.
Yeah, no, the average Joe pirates of the Splashers, they're kind of shitting themselves with you. They're like, let's not fight her. They're turning their attention away from you. Hang on, man. Let me see if I can find a good expression. This is the goblin's face right now.
Oh, I have to see this.
Dog.
Scared
He's
dog.
For all the audio listeners, there's a
Yeah.
dog that has been posted into the chat of just this really shocked and bewildered face, like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?"
So, speaking of which, Aniew, it is now your turn.
Woo.
All right, buddy system, hold
I
hands,
don't
everybody.
want everyone hold hands. Make sure you have a buddy. My buddy is going
Yeah.
to be. I don't want to attack that one. I'm going to leave that one from the lover boy. So I'm going to Fury of Blows. The person right here,
All right, so that will be.
and that would be a key point, right?
Yeah. So
So,
first you attack with your main weapon, whatever it will be.
Which would be a punch.
So that's going to be your wisdom-based unarmed strike. 11, that is not going to hit. As you go a little bit too wide with the swing you're trying to do. Because you have to be a flurry of blows, you get 2 more unarmed strikes that you can do against this guy.
Ooh.
And they both get advantage.
Are they? Is that a bonus action or just?
That's your bonus
free?
action. That's your bonus action that you can do 2 unarmed strikes as part of your bonus action. Because you're basically doing like a bang, bang, bang. Like a little jab, double jab.
Okay.
Sort of like a...
I'm going to do 2 of those then.
Yep. And just remember to knock off your key point.
Yeah, I knocked it off. I'm down to 1 right now.
Cool, cool, cool.
14
That's
and a 22.
Those are both going to hit.
Just flavor it so that I'm not punching as my ghost. 5 and 5, so 10 total.
All right, he's still up, but he's just staggering like a dude who just got through like a 5-round boxing match with Mike Tyson. Like he's wobbling on the ground, like, you know how in like a Looney Tunes cartoon or like a Tom and Jerry where they're like they just get through the ringer where the guy punching them and they're just like, like they're dizzy.
They have like a
got
lump on their head.
Yeah, they got a lump on their head. And they're just wobbling around because they're so dizzy. That's this dude.
My favorite part of this is that they can't see it.
Yeah, yeah, they're just getting
Only
punched by
people.
nothing.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Ooh. Speaking of standing there menacingly, Glorbbo, you're up with your bright ass self.
Oh, what Glorbbo will do, since now it's been the turn and the guiding bolt is prepped and aimed, Glorbbo is going to launch it at the fleeing goblin.
Alrighty. Hang on. Then I'm gonna do that now for you, because this is technically it does different damage to Guiding Bolt. Because Guiding Bolt does 4d6, whereas this like bonus action attack does 1d8 plus your wisdom.
Does a 23?
That definitely hits.
Okay, now we roll the hit. Does an 8?
Yeah, 8 damage. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. As yeah, this goblin is fleeing, and within the blink of an eye, you all see just this dart, like a shooting star, just like slam against the back of this goblin and just like knock him down to the ground.
I like to imagine as
smoldering.
this is happening, the wind up. Glorbbo gets into like what is considered the baseball pitcher's throw. He tosses his leg up, and then he has a smile. His teeth, they start to like form from his mouth. A little smile. It's like launches it and goes flying.
All right, give me a charisma check with advantage.
I like the idea that instead of it, like, you can kind of see that it burns him from the inside. Like
No.
like his eyes and his mouth glow a bright radiant, and he collapses to the floor.
This is a little love story in the making.
13.
13. Okay. She'll look over to you and go, She'll give you like a little grin, like, not bad. Like, almost like, she just seems like she doesn't really care about her crew, which is probably not a great sign. But you know what?
No.
Listen, a big boobied goblin is interested in you. This opportunity does not come along. This opportunity does not come around.
This is
Big booba
I
pirate.
like the fact that he
Goblin.
showed us the picture. We were like, Aruga, and we were like, I would like to romance this character. Everyone was like,
This is the plot.
understood.
This is a
Today.
pirate game. Pirates are all about free love as well. And now it's going to be Captain Joy's turn. Wait over there, hot stuff. I gotta go kill your mates. And she's gonna go to attack the rest of these guys.
I love that.
18, that's gonna hit.
Where did she go?
She's still right here.
She's attacking the person.
Oh, the blue guy. Okay.
And unfortunately, Aniew, you no longer get the flank as this boy is now dead. He is now pierced in the back.
Oof.
No, don't worry.
I think she's gonna use her movement to try and flank you, Aniew.
Interesting. I'm in danger.
Hey.
Natural one.
Oh.
Oh.
My God.
Alright.
Does her scimitar go flying from her hand?
No, but I believe another fun thing happens. I get to do a fake curse on her.
Natural one. Let's go.
Something good, something good.
Alright, I'm gonna see which one sounds more fun right now.
I like the idea that my spiritual hand just catches the blade, and I slowly turn around at her and just glare and I turn my head upright and I just glare down at her.
That's perfect! That's perfect! She gains the curse that she has the beauty of the gods as long as she views herself in the mirror each day. If not, her beauty will corrupt into a necrotic horror.
God.
Jesus Christ.
As if the poor boy wasn't already besotted.
Alright, you already thought this goblin was hot, in Glorbbo, but now you look at Captain Jogg. She looks like one of the maidens from Elden Ring.
Well, can I be maidened? Finally?
Can I finally get a maiden?
The
She's
night seas speak with me. I am going to falter.
And,
I feel like he's tempted to become the cabin boy. He's
and a 17 to hit you with the dagger. Aniew.
Okay. My AC is exact, so
Meets it, beats it.
Alright, so meets it,
Right?
beats it. Yeah, meets it, beats it.
Alright.
As you take 5 points of piercing damage.
Sounds good.
As, that is Captain Jogg's turn. Now it is time for Captain Flint. Captain Flint looks over to you, Glorbbo, and goes, "Keep your eyes on the prize, boy. You can go on ogling boobies when you're done defending yourself."
Oi, Captain. Can do.
Captain Flint is going to, like an Errol Flynn character, grab the rope and just swing forward, and then take a shot at the enemy over here with a dagger. That's not gonna hit. So that misses, but it does get his attention as he jumps over here and then comes at him with a scimitar. That
Oh
hits.
my god.
As, that's 7 points of damage. As, you see Captain Flint just absolutely just cut this dude's head off. I'm gonna be blunt.
Oof.
And is going to go around you, Aniew, and is going to go for this goblin boss. I trust you can handle the captain, boy.
With pleasure.
So now this lieutenant, like basically what's the Lasher Pirates' first mate, is what this goblin boss is. They basically clashing with scimitars with each other, as it's now this like a truly like an Errol Flynn like cutlass duel going on between these two. And now
And
it's
a
the
jar
goblin
dirt
boss's
rolls in
turn.
between the two.
Oh god.
As the goblin boss is going to swing and a miss against Captain Flint, and he's also going to roll with disadvantage. That's that just hits naturally. As Captain Flint for the first time actually takes some damage.
Ever in his career?
Ever in his
Wow.
career. He actually gets like a little slash against the cheek. Tis but a flesh wound, little man. And the goblin's just going to swing. Well, let's see if we can get a few more on there.
Oh, famous Captain Flint.
That's going to be the goblin's turn. Now it is Soar's turn.
Alright, let me see here.
You've got 2 enemies left. You've got this goblin boss here, and you've got Captain Jogg.
I'm not gonna be in range of either. Where would my like spells be? Wait, no, it's snaring strike. What does this do?
Snaring
Creatures within 5
smite?
feet. Strike. Ensnaring strike.
Oh, ensnaring strike. Sorry, I thought it was searing smite for some reason.
I have to be within 5 feet of a creature in order for it to work.
Wait, hang on. Ensnaring strike? I don't think that's... Because then how would rangers use it?
Right. There's 2 different snaring. So there's like range snaring, and then there's strikes with a snare.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in order to use it, who would you be using it on?
I don't think I'd be able to get into range unless I get here somehow. I might be able to use it on boss, but
I can.
I have to
you
come
know
down
what?
and then
If
get
you
across
do-
the bridge.
If you give me a free athletics check, I will allow it.
Yeah, I can get you an athletics check. Hold on.
Instead of going through the bridge, you jump between the 2 ships.
I mean, shit. I am proficient in athletics, so see what happens.
19. Yep. Again, you grab onto a nearby rope and you, Errol Flynn, Jack Sparrow, swing your way across the other ship and get to about here.
I will use ensnaring strike then to try and immobilize the goblin captain.
Yep. All right. Go ahead and try to hit.
Go
Yeah.
long sword.
Okay. 23 is gonna hit. And that's 8 plus 9. That's gonna be 9 damage to her.
With a DC 14 strength save.
Oh.
Or else she's ensnared.
All right, let's see here. I would say she gets disadvantage, but she does not. Hang on. She actually takes a good chunk of damage from that, as now she's going to have to roll a strength saving throw. 19. How would you describe your ensnaring?
I would say I would try and like get her caught on something. Maybe like her foot slips into like a crack in the floorboard and she gets kind of like hung up.
Okay. As you try to do that, you try to use the magic of the ancients to try and get her to conveniently trip over and get caught on something, but she sees through the ruse and sidesteps it.
I have to do better than that, golden boy.
Oh, we'll see about that one.
All right, now it is time for the Navy captain, as he's going to try and aim his shot for Captain Jogg. 5. This Navy guy sucks at his job.
He is definitely
Hits me in the back of the head.
he's a professional paper pusher.
I catch the bullet.
No, actually, no. Phoenix, we've been watching Blackadder a bit. Like this is like this guy is definitely Captain Darling. That's
So
the
do
only
they
way I
give
can
you guys
imagine.
training for that, or just allow you to have those?
Why don't you... Listen, I haven't had to do a lot of action in a while. This is. I'm not usually this bad. You should see me against a target, though. It's
Wait, is this the
difficult when
Navy
it's-
commander?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the Navy
Christ!
commander, and I'm giving him shit for
Christ!
keep missing every shot he's taking.
He's
Christ!
have
Wait,
no
essentially
recipe
the
for that.
pretty boy. The useless pretty boy is what he is.
Exactly.
All right,
Go back to your paperwork where you have to worry about nothing more than a horrible paper cut.
And there's nothing funny about a paper cut. All right, now it is the bandits' turn, as Captain Flint's crew are going to effectively make their way over to the part of the ship, and they're basically going to like hold their actions to fire their flintlocks in case Captain Jogg.
Yeah, that's the one who attacked their captain. That makes sense.
Yeah, and only the
Ooh.
first mate hits, dealing 8 points of piercing damage as the flintlock just fires off and then pierces itself right into the goblin boss's chest. And unfortunately, he can't do any flanking maneuvers, but he can get down here to allow someone else to flank, as he is going to use his last remaining breath to go and try to stab, and that does not succeed. Listen, he's trying his best. Next up.
Arms don't work like they used to before.
All right, Fortune is now your turn. Fortune is now your turn.
How fortunate.
Also, if you hear any
Out
birds,
of
that's
everything
just
that
me.
happened in this battle, I'm pretty sure Fortune is the most horrifying thing.
Yeah, you
Yes,
basically-
she has a 35 base speed because she's a vampire.
I imagine like you just fly through the air like one of the vampires from Van Helsing.
Yeah, this is one of those just gracefully leapt from one railing to the next and across and over.
You
And now
feel-
she's gonna.
I knew you feel a little bit put off. You're like you're supposed to be the one who can gracefully move and shit. What's going on there?
She's just her hair's
I'm not
soaked
even-
in blood.
I'm just slowly beginning to get that. I always flavored it that the my special ability, my stand. I'm just gonna call it a stand. My stand has just recently awoken, so all of its abilities are slightly weakened, and one of the abilities it gave me was easier movement.
Fucking hell! All the monks are stand users. Jesus. All right, so
So
Who said that?
that was me.
So she's gonna get in position and she's gonna grin like this wild, fangy grin at the captain. Looks like Lady Luck's on our side today. Take a
I already
swing.
said that one.
No, she said fortune. Now she said Lady Luck. So does a 15 hit?
That does hit.
And so damage?
Oh, so that 5 sneak doesn't count.
Right, because there's more than one person around. And then she's gonna take a swing with her offhand, which is her dagger. 17 hits.
That's gonna hit.
And 5 more.
All right, that's still 15 damage. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you actually impale her in the back.
Not bad, girlie, not bad. You sure you wouldn't mind coming onto our crew?
I don't think the odds of you getting away are very high. So too little too late. You're a dazzling smile.
This is just only for the anime fans here, but Fortune reminds me of a yandere. She's got that kind of
She
energy.
is.
It's basically.
Yeah.
I'll explain what that is in a little bit, Phoenix.
Okay, because I have no idea.
Okay.
Yandere, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it when you were asking. It was like, hey, what do you guys want my character to be like? And I said, be the Yandere.
Ah, okay.
Like, basically, it's basically a woman who is beautiful but is also fucking capable of murder you.
Exactly.
A Yandere, by definition, is a beautiful woman who poses to be innocent and non-harming, but to be an utter psychopath. Anyways, I'm doing this for you, Beefy. I'm going to not. Can I non-lethally unarmed strike?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can non-lethal her.
You just pimp slap her with your stand fist.
No.
I'm going to non-lethally unarmed strike the goblin that I have flank bonus to. I get flanking bonus, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you do get a flanking bonus because Fortune is right there by your side.
Yep. So I'm going to non-lethally hit for 20. Okay.
Damn.
All right, that's gonna hit, and because of that, you're gonna get a little a boon, a fey boon, if you will, on top of rolling the double damage.
Where? Oh, where?
I always love it whenever you get a nat 1 and a nat 20 at the same time.
And no
Oh, yeah.
duality of man, am I right?
The duality of dice rolls in D&D.
Yep, exactly.
Hi, Philip J. Swift here, and today I'm presenting you a nat 20.
Don't you hate when you roll a nat 1? Well, not anymore.
For the rest of this combat, Fortune, you feel the charisma of the
Fortune?
Fae begin to
No,
overtake
no,
you.
not me.
Oh wait, oh.
Aniew.
Aniew. So Aniew, you feel the charisma of the Fae begin to surround you as you have access to the spell Friends. To the cantrip Friends.
Ooh.
For as long as I say so, basically.
You have friends.
Got
Which
a friend in me.
Which will give you
I
charisma
will
checks
have
with advantage for about like I think a minute, but then they become hostile towards you.
Oh, okay. So they're already hostile against us, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll the
Now I
damage,
gotta
by the way.
roll my non-lethal. So
That's
8 doubled.
8. 16.
That should you should get another damage dice for that. So go ahead and roll that damage dice again.
Okay.
6 of 14 points of damage on the first one. Fucking
First
right.
one.
Yeah, because you can attack with a bonus action as long as it's an on.
Oh, that's right.
Doesn't
Is
just
she
have
not down? Or
she
is
is not. She is definitely not down. She's got a lot of HP.
Holy shit. Okay.
She's a captain.
Roll an arm strike.
So
So is friends a bonus action or is it?
that is an action to do.
Okay. For my next trick, I am going to punch again.
Look at you.
With the fuck.
Oh,
duality
you do have
man.
you
have
you
advantage.
still have advantage. So
Yes,
you are
you
a
do.
20, not
That's
the
true.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Thank the goodness.
All right. Next up is Captain Jogg's turn. She's in a bit of a precarious situation here. I'm gonna. How smart is she?
Smarter than the average goblin, but only just by a little.
Ooh.
All right, she's fairly smart. She sort of knows when she's outnumbered. As she sees a bunch of dudes like holding flintlocks at her. She sees the captain to his side and goes, "First mate, I think we're well and truly outmatched here. Let's give ourselves in. We've met our match." As as she is now forfeited and combat is over.
Hooray!
I will pick her up by the scruff of her collar with my astral hand.
Okay, and then I'll make my way over to Fortuna, and then I'll apply some healing word.
Oh, thank you.
All right, you get 8
Oh,
HP back.
nice. So she's really close to Norm. Good.
Alrighty, and you want to try and so what were you trying to do as you grab her by the scruff, Aniew?
Oh, I just disarm her
Alrighty,
and make it so that she can't run away.
It's alright, we're not gonna do anything here. You've well bested this Lasher Pirates. Isn't that
I've
right,
had my
first mate?
grumbles the first mate as he's just holding his arms up begrudgingly.
Well, you must understand, I do not really trust the words of a pirate as much as others as I could probably throw you.
Well, everyone's bantering about. Can I look for like the captain's cabin to go loot?
Sure, you can go ahead and do that. I'm gonna roll something quickly. Yeah, go ahead, and as you go in under the deck, and I'll let you know what you see, Fortune. As the rest of the crew begin to take on, like, either begin to like take the bounties that they've seen down there, but Fortune goes there first, so I'll get to them later. And they also managed to tie up the first mate, disarm him, and then Captain Jogg, and they managed to get them onto the ship. And she goes,
Like, I'm still holding her by the collar, but I'm just like making it so that
alrighty.
she's basically just floating in front of Glorbbo.
First of all, kinsman, your mate here is a little bit rough. Could you get him to put me down? I'm not gonna fucking do anything.
Well, that's up to him. And what he decides. He's done the same thing to me. It was honestly quite embarrassing. He struggled me through the entire town, the entire port town, just because I was trying to read a sign. And I don't quite really understand what he was doing.
Oh, absolutely demeaning.
Yeah, I've been there.
I'll tell you what you did then. You actually did me a favour by getting rid of them little worms. You actually weeded out who the weak ones was on me crew. Means I got to have a higher standard when they get the Lasher Pirates back up and running. And if you're feeling so generous, I might consider you one of my newest mates. You can always use some with a bit of magic on the high seas.
My magic is more meant for healing. My entire village is afflicted with serious wounds that I've never seen before.
Can't help you there, mate. Don't care. Still, if you ever change your mind, Captain Jogg will always have a place for a little cutie like you.
Well, I'll keep that in mind, but can I convince you to join us instead?
Oh, really? Me abandon the proud Lasher Pirates? For you lot? Sure, you may be strong, but what's in it for me?
Well, that's a good question. Whenever you really want, I suppose. But I think your talents would be better suited for our needs as our transportation arrives.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Persuasion.
And you take the lowest number.
There's a
All right.
14.
Well, let me roll something here.
Oh, did I roll it? Perception.
I was gonna say, because I noticed him
persuasion.
struggling.
Oops, wrong thing.
Yeah,
That
you,
was-
it doesn't matter because he got 2 14s. You can't really give the.
Yeah,
It was
look,
the wrong
Oh, you
thing.
rolled performance. My bad.
Yes.
That's even worse.
Yes.
yeah, she's gonna go.
Because I noticed him struggling, is it possible that I could try and jump in and help persuade her?
Sure, if you want to. As yeah,
Okay.
go ahead and jump in. And what are you trying to persuade her
help
to do?
try-
Yeah, please.
To come join us instead of her creating her own crew again, I would ask her if she would be interested in joining us and trying to help Glorbbo here.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Oof.
Hmm.
Nothing but low rolls today, apparently.
No, you know
The one who should be doing the persuading isn't nearby, boy.
Sorry, lads, you're not really making a very convincing case. You know, you're pretty strong stuff, but, you can't talk your way out of a paper bag.
Damn. Ouch.
You know what the price of being a pirate is on these seas? It's death.
Give me an intimidation check then.
Mother.
Time for another
Oh
fake
my
curse.
God.
Well, you rolled a 1, I rolled a 2. What the hell?
I got
Fakers,
afflicted with a
baby!
fucking fake curse, dude. I can't.
You know-
believe
You know what? This
shit.
is a perfect time for this.
What's my affliction, doctor?
Well, I'm gonna find out.
He has to roll a D100, right?
You can roll a D100.
Let's do it.
What you gotta get? What's he gotta get?
With /R1D. 79.
79.
79. Okay.
You know, it's funnier than
okay.
79. 80.
No.
I like how we basically just fought off all these pirates, and then we're trying to persuade this one pirate person who was opposed to us the entire time. Like, that wouldn't have any repercussions of the navy that we're standing right next to.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're basically doing this in front of the Navy, dude. So, both of your eyes are now the entirety of the color of what your irises used to be.
Wait, I had this once.
Yeah,
I did,
so now you got it
I
again.
did this. My eyes going black.
Yeah.
It's back.
Oh god, why does this keep happening?
Oh, your eyes look very similar to the time we met.
Ugh, why is everything so bright?
Yeah, you basically get like all pupils.
He's got his eyes dilated just in reverse.
Yeah.
I scream. That's my eyes.
Ah! All right, and at this point, the Navy captain will go.
Excuse me, gentlemen, if I may remind you, I did hire you to take care of these pirates, which, well done.
He hands 50 gold pieces, which Captain Flint will split around the 4 of you, so you each get like 15 gold pieces each. So you get 10 gold pieces each, and he takes the other 10.
These aren't pirates who have been dealing serious damage, pillaging the still seas. They are to be taken with us to the Navy and tried for their crimes.
You know, you're right. You see, the seas are lonely, especially for Goblin there. You can't help us you can't help. We couldn't just, we're trying to help a fellow crewmate out. That's all it was.
And as soon as the Navy comes in, he goes,
Oh, yes, of course. I may seem like a rotten apple, but I've just had a bad luck of it is all. Look, I can change me ways if you just give me a new chance. Now, come on, then, let me make an honest living with these buccaneers, please.
And she's gonna roll a deception check against the captain. Against this Navy captain.
It's really up to her at this point.
20. And his is
Okay.
Let's hope
yeah.
this guy's smarter than he can shoot, at least.
well, she got a 21 deception. He got a 16 in his wisdom check.
So he believes her. He believes she's a changed woman.
Flint, do you think you can keep this wild ruffian under control? I think I might be able to keep her under wraps. Very well. Then our business is done. And you keep your spoils about yourself. But I take the first mate. As at least some showing that the Lasher Pirates have been well taken care of.
And then he's just going, "What the fuck, Captain Jogg? You can't let him do this to me."
This entire conversation, I've been rotating her to face the person who's talking to her.
And she goes, she just shrugs.
Look, sorry, mate, that's the way of the seas.
You fucking. And then the pirate crew basically take her to take this guy over to over to where the guard is, and the other Navy captains take him over to the side. They basically take him to not to the side to their Navy vessel, where he shall be tried for the crimes of the Lasher Pirates. As for
Turned
you,
over.
Fortune, you are looking through the treasures, the stuff that seems the most valuable at the moment. Go ahead and give me a 1d20 roll. So no, 1d100.
1d100.
You get afflicted with a faker.
69. Oh, 87.
All right. Roll me 2d4. You find
Oof.
4 art pieces that you estimate to be worth at least 25 gold, and one
Each?
each, and you get access to 1 magic item.
Ooh.
And I will tell you what those art pieces are,
Damn.
and I'll tell you what the magic item is in a bit. You have access to the eyes of the eagle. These are they are basically like a pair of goggles made of silver that have slanted eyes on them and a beaked nose that looks that of like an eagle. And they are covered with crystal lenses. While wearing them, you have advantage on perception checks that rely on sight. In conditions of clear visibility, you can make out details of even extremely distinct creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across. So basically, you got them eagle eyes. So be sure to write that down in your inventory.
Yep, doing that at the moment.
And I'm going to write down I'm going to get your art objects.
Yay.
Roll me 4d10s.
4d10.
All right. Ooh. You find a small mirror set with a painted wooden frame and 8 embroidered silk handkerchiefs. Sorry, and 3 embroidered silk handkerchiefs.
Wait, wasn't there a fake curse? Oh, shit.
Isn't there still that fake curse on Captain Jock?
Because she has the beauty of the gods, but if she doesn't look at the mirror at least once today, then she will turn into a necrotic horror.
So what I'm going to do, alright, is I'm going to talk to the captive. Joyce was her name?
Jogg.
Jogg. I'm going to ask her. So where's the good stash you hid?
The good stash, eh? Why would you think I have a good stash here? What you found in there is
Everyone
what
has
you
a
keep.
stash
Give
that they
me.
hide away from everyone.
All right. Are you gonna try and say anything to persuade her? This is gonna be a persuasion or intimidation?
You can be bad cop and I'll try good cop.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. I'm going to persuade her by saying, "We're all friends now, right?"
And,
Bad
Right.
cop is
Share.
the intimidation.
and I'm assuming you're gonna do the friends cantrip.
Well, I don't want her being aggressive with me.
All right.
But I could.
Then go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Okay. 14.
Let me roll. Let me roll for. You can also help with that. Fortune.
Yeah, I can give him advantage. Well, doesn't matter.
Well, it doesn't matter. I rolled 2 14s.
Yeah.
So you can roll on your own. See what you get.
Yes, because Fortune's gonna lean in, covered now in the drying blood of her crew, and just look at her and say, I could kill you too, and nobody would even care. So why don't you give me the goods, and then I'll take that as a sign of good faith and let you live another day.
Meanwhile, Glorbbo's like, I'd care.
Damn.
16.
Yeah.
You think when I became a pirate I cared about my own life? I'd give up everything for freedom, mates. That's how it is on these here seas. Throw in your lot.
Freedom?
When you throw in your lot in life, you throw in your life to gain a little bit of freedom in this godforsaken hell.
You know what we're going to do to this ship once we leave? We're going to let it sail. We have no use for a second ship. Why waste the treasure?
You want to roll deception check?
Yeah.
I'll keep that 16 then. Go ahead and roll deception.
Go. Let's go.
17. All right, that beats it.
Fine. I do have a secret stash. It's got a magic item. A pair of goggles, right? Make you see a bit better. A couple of silks that I nicked off a couple of nobles. And a mirror. And a few silver pieces too. That will keep away for a rainy day. You happy?
Okay, boys, I'll watch her while you go look for that.
I'm not letting this one go.
3 sets of eyes are better than 2, but very well.
Glorbbo's not really interested in any of the monetary value. I mean, he still needs it, but he's more interested in the goblin pirate that was being hauled off by the Navy, and Glorbbo wants to speak with them and ask him about, kind of his culture to gauge what led him to make these choices.
Okay, give me a... I was gonna say we roll persuasion with disadvantage, but considering you're also goblin kin, I'll say give me a regular persuasion check.
Persuasion.
That's enough,
Is it
I'll say.
10. Okay.
As the goblin will look to you and go,
All right. You want to know what happened to me?
Oh, yeah.
I had a little village just on the border of the Silk Sea called Ville. I mean, all things were peaceful when it got destroyed by one of the neighbouring Hume kingdoms. They sailed onto it and had their soldiers destroy the whole fucking landscape, made our home into a fucking battleground. Only a few of us were left standing there, so we decided to give one to them Humies. By going after their navy, their villages, and do what they done to us. That's what Captain Jogg promised us when we joined the Lasher Pirates. Well, they can't control the seas. That's why we took to it. We made our new culture. Ain't no one gonna take it away from us. Except maybe Captain Jogg.
You'd rather risk your life for freedom and revenge for your fallen kin than spend it trying to honor them.
What else do I have, mate?
You can try to make amends.
Amends? For what I
You
did?
don't have to forgive the humans for what they did. But at the very least, you can forgive and forget. Where I come from, my village, it's been afflicted by a disease I've never seen before. I don't know how long they have left, so I'm desperately looking for a cure. If you might know something, I would definitely appreciate the help.
go ahead and give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Alright.
Oh.
Shit.
10? I mean,
That's a 3.
We wasted all of our good die on the battle.
You know what?
Well, with advantage.
No, that was with advantage. Okay, well, that was with advantage on the roll, but I was gonna say, because you were trying to use your advantage, I was gonna allow you to use a DM inspiration, which allows you to do 1 free reroll, which I was allowed to do that. So you can do that, and you go to 15. That's pretty good. And he would go, and actually I'm gonna roll for that, for the goblin boss.
I like how I accidentally do what you were gonna plan to have me do.
Kind of works out like that. Happy little accident.
Well, he's a goblin. He's not terribly bright.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that disease. I heard it happened on a couple of islands here. Maybe it was something that was spreading about. Maybe it has something to do with where your island is in the sea. Maybe you might be affected by some kind of magics or whatever. I'll give you one piece of advice though. You care about your village? You don't waste no time. You want to help them, find what you need, and get back to them so you can enjoy it while you can. And beware of that Captain Jogg. From one Glorbbo to another. She'll use you until you're not useful anymore. So be wary, mate. Be fucking wary.
Appreciate your advice.
And do you want to let him go now?
Yeah.
Alright, and with that, he's down to the Navy ship and he's brought to the brig, where he's going to be tried for the crimes of Captain Jogg and the Lasher Pirates.
So while Glorbbo's having that conversation, Fortuna has pulled over a barrel and sat down next to where Captain Jogg is, and with a system of body movements and sleight of hand using thieves' cant, checking to see if the captain can understand her.
He does.
She, Jogg.
Oh, Captain?
Captain Jogg.
Oh, Captain Jogg. I thought you meant Captain Flint. Sorry.
No.
I'd say she does, yeah. I'd say she does. That makes sense.
So then Fortuna's gonna try to persuade her, saying, play dumb when they come back empty-handed, and there may be some gold in it for you.
You go against your own boys. I like a woman with a bit of wit.
The only person who's gonna help yourself in this world is yourself, right?
Go and give me a persuasion check with advantage.
21.
She nods and she'll go,
Alright then. You make sure that's a good cut though. Who knows, maybe we might be able to split off together.
An all-female pirate crew could be fun. Certainly no, we don't need dumb men around half the time.
I don't know. The dumb men have their uses.
That's why I said only half the time.
Is this
Nope.
like all? Because I never let go.
This is all being done in Thieves' Cant. So...
This is thieves'
okay.
cant.
Okay.
Oh no, because you were there was
Can
why I
know
had to
thieves'
I had to
cant.
think about
You
thieves.
just basically see them talking in like
brigands.
some sort of weird code of just like,
What is
the weather's
Thieves'
looking a little bit
Cant?
red today. Oh, sure, but my mood's been kind of purple.
Yeah, it's gibberish that makes no sense to anybody really. Just seems
So
like
as they're
random
doing this-
conversation.
I'm gonna make my way over to a quiet spot of the ship where there's not a lot of rubble around and set up a little like prayer of sorts or like a little ritual of sorts, and then in Celestial I'll offer a prayer to the god to cleanse the souls that have fallen in battle on the ship.
With that, the first mate does offer a similar prayer and will aid you with that, as he'll make a prayer for that of his fallen crew. And the last thing I'll say before I go back to the other map, she'll go, Mama, what's the deal with that goblin over there? Is he always so deadly?
Who is she talking to?
She's talking to Fortune.
Okay.
Actually, she might say this in common as well. So she might go to both Aniew and Fortune. Ask that question. Has your goblin friend always been so deadly?
Well, I suppose that might be the case. This is the first time I've seen him fully in combat.
Oh. Well.
But if this is just the first, if this is him just tapping into his potential, I can see promise of it.
Well, how about you might be able to give me a proper introduction, because I think I might like to see just how deadly he can be.
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean.
She wants the bone.
But
All right. How about I'd like to see.
I
how
want to
deadly
see if
his
he's
aim
good at
is.
wielding a dagger, if you know what I mean.
I'd like to see
I
how
want to see if he
deadly
can
his
wield a
aim is.
dagger into my
It's alright.
sheath.
When you get a little older, you'll understand.
You goblin people are so crude. And I'm
Alright.
going to...
Yeah.
But I have my own questions for Gobbo. So what's this about a curse afflicted your village?
Oh, yeah. That it's a strange affliction, right? So the people fall ill. They can't
Not
seem
quite
to move their limbs, and they're suffering a unawakening of sorts. I've never seen this, and there's strange rashes that appear that don't seem to go away with any sort of medicine or magic.
Do you know what the Shadowfell is?
The shadow what?
The Shadowfell?
No.
Hmm.
Why would shadows fall? That doesn't make any sense.
Shadows always fall. What are you talking about?
Well, clearly you've never been in a goblin village. Everything's flat. At least my goblin village was. I don't know about
Yeah, I
other
mean, like,
goblin
look at this one, and I point over to Captain Jogg. It's like, I don't think this one's counting as flat.
No, certainly not. No. Those are quite round and voluptuous.
Yeah.
Amicably sized, if I have to comment on it.
A man of words. Anyways, have you met Captain Jogg?
Hello.
as I sat her down in front of him.
Sure. What would you like to ask Captain Joggs? Or Jogg?
Oh, Captain Jogg was interested in Gobbo, so I just...
Oh, yes. So, and you look over to her, Glorbbo, she's giving you like a little wink and a little coy smile.
Oh my. Hi. You need something.
Our work uses few things. Well, for one thing, firstly, am I going back onto your ship, or are you going to be, manning mine?
I think it would be best if you would, help our ship.
Alright. Well, if that's the case, then I might need you to, show me around, show me where I'll be, staying for the night.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
Very good. And, I don't suppose you wouldn't mind, helping a poor gal like me keep her warm on the high seas, would you?
No.
Alrighty.
Totally dense, does not know what he's talking about. He's thinking covered in a nice warm blanket.
Alright.
At this point, I would walk over to Aniew, grab him by the arm, and drag him back or down towards where Fortune
Alright,
is.
so, with that in mind, is there anything you guys want to do before we head out for the ship? Because now Captain Jogg is going to be being shown around by Glorbbo on the ship.
Well, I'm gonna go to Captain Flint and ask him what the intentions are for the abandoned ship. Should we split the crew, or are we going to scuttle it?
Well, to be honest, I've got no need for another ship, as I've already got enough with my own crew. And in fact, it'll be a little bit less now, that a few of them have been dead about, now we've actually lost one.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Roscoe. R.I.P. Roscoe. R.I.P. Roscoe.
P. Coltrane.
Yeah.
Roscoe, my favorite nameless NPC
See.
until now.
Yep.
Um,
But if you don't want us to just let sail off, or perhaps steal from supplies, you're more than welcome to have it.
Oh, you're so kind, Captain.
We've got no need for it.
I mean,
I think you've earned your keep already.
she just gives a little smile and shrug, like, "Mhm." I think it would be a shame to waste such a sturdy vessel when it could even be sold, if nothing else.
I like where your head's at. We'll tag it along. We'll get someone to man the ship with us for the time being, and then by the time we get to Monzar, we'll decide what we do from there. How's that sound?
Sounds good. Plus, I would think two ships sailing together, less likely to have pirates come at us again, since we'll seem more formidable.
Let's just wait for the Navy ship to finally get far enough away before we start hoisting any flags.
Of course. I'll go speak with my party members.
Okay.
So she goes over, stops when she sees Glorbbo talking with the pirate captain, and kind of sniggers to herself, and then goes over to the other two. Like, We're hooking him up now, or is that what we're doing?
You have
Yeah,
no
I think
idea
so.
how hard it is to get that going. I think Glorbbo is socially inept.
Well, I know the captain's interested in him, so we have to be careful she doesn't
Figure
eat him
out.
alive.
He'll figure it out one way or another.
I've seen my fair share of things starting, and this one is it's a rough start.
I don't think it's gonna go anywhere.
It's my favorite kind of romance novel. Enemies to lovers.
Except
I
for
thought you were
one
gonna
of the
say
lovers is socially
that
inept.
doesn't go anywhere.
Jesus.
My favorite romance novel, one that goes nowhere.
Wow.
One that ends in heartbreak. Oh my.
I'm not the emo type. I prefer my men that way. Now,
You can fix them.
exactly. I can fix them. I can fix them. But anyway.
Do you want to talk about the fact that you just... Sorry, I just blocked it off for a second. You just straight up bit someone's throat out.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. No. I'm gonna say that you two, we're in the heat of battle. You two better roll me some good perceptions to have seen that.
I'll say give you a perception or insight check.
Okay.
What's your passive perceptions? I will ask. Actually, before you roll anything, what's your
13.
passives?
13.
11.
Well, 13 and 11. All right, you're gonna have to roll to see
I mean-
if you did it at the time. Or I'll give you either an I'll give you two choices. 3 choices, actually. Perception, insight, or history. The perception will
one's
be
the one-
retroactive
None of
because you are
those.
looking at, the perception will be retroactive to basically see, like, did you see something at the time? The insight is more to get a vibe on the situation to see if, something's a little bit amiss about what she's talking about. And like, if you sense something that was out of the ordinary. And the history to see if you even, like, if while in the heat of combat you might have spotted it just through memory alone. Like, just
Can't wait to
remember
roll
that
a
small
natural
detail.
one.
I mean, you never know. You want to roll?
I got a 15. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, so this is probably not canon.
I feel like Soar might be the only one who would be able to have seen, like, at least the end of that display.
You
So we
feel
have to
alive.
retroactively just make it so that it's Soar that asked the question instead of me.
If you want to have.
Well, you can have it be that Soar brings up instead.
Up to you. It's your role.
Are you cool with that, Fortune?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right.
Alright.
Cool.
Just gonna ask you about it. Because that's a very jarring thing to find out.
That's a very, like, terrifying thing to witness.
No. My cat meows.
It's coming from a cleric.
It's coming from a paladin. I've seen a thing or
Sorry,
two, and
paladin.
that's one of them that
He's
is
seen a
not
thing.
on that list.
He knows the thing or two, and because he's seen a thing or two.
Cleric and paladin, Roro.
Not a cleric, just a paladin.
So you guys brought up the biting. Fortune, do you have a response?
She's just gonna look at them for a moment, kind of blinking. Although I was like, looks on her face. I got caught up in the heat of the moment.
And you
Like-
bit someone's neck off.
I mean, barbarians get wild and ragey when they fight. Why can't I?
You're not a barbarian.
Well, that's true. She just gives him a wide, dazzling smile for the first time that, like, actually shows her teeth and her fangs are quite prominent.
Are you willingly showing that, or do I have
Yep.
to make a perception?
Nope, she is willingly showing her fangs at this point, the first time.
I would try and change subjects and be like, all right, who's hungry? because we just had
Yeah.
a hard-fought battle, so people are probably bound to be
Yeah.
a little bit peckish.
In response to you showing your teeth, I would just squint my eyes, and I would be like, "All right then."
I mean, she's standing
Keep
here out
those-
under the sun, so she's
Yeah.
clearly not a vampire.
Yeah, clearly. Squints eyes, and I say, "All right then, just keep those towards the enemy, and I guess we won't have a problem."
Sounds good to me. By the way, I convinced the captain to let us have the ship. I figure, if nothing else, we can sell it and split the money.
That is true.
That's fair. Is that in accord?
Mm,
I would nod my head silently, figuring I don't really have a say in the matter.
agreed, and as long as we don't think Glorbbo and his girlfriend will have a problem.
Hmm. I told them we were gonna scuttle the ship anyways. They wouldn't have to know.
Even better.
My eyes would light up for a second as I would let out a little bit of flame from my breath, like scuttle, arson, fire.
I
Alright.
forget you're a pyromaniac.
All right.
Well, we're not scuttling it today.
Alrighty. The day is out, and hey Glorbbo, I need you to roll me 2 things.
Okay.
Oh god.
I need
Please,
I need
do
you
I need to-
roll
It's gonna be a
me
bad-
performance check and a Constitution saving throw.
Performance. Okay. All right. I love where this is going.
So,
Man.
in addition to that, does need to roll 1d6 of damage.
And then what was the other
Grip
thing?
my
A
snoo-snoo!
Constitution saving throw. I'll let those 2 rolls speak for themselves as you're with Captain Jogg for about, I'd say, an hour.
Ooh.
Until and then everyone gets their long rest. You're there knitting the you're threading the needles, if you will. You're tugging the weasel. You're
So
Taking a
in the
ride
life-
on her wild seas.
yes, there we go. As night falls and everyone gets their long rest, I need to roll something.
Taking the captain for a ride.
Yeah, with my
In the motion
boat.
of the ocean, if you catch
Yeah.
my drift.
The
Poor
seas be
boy.
rocking this boat, not just the seas.
Just
sorry.
just need to know, did he become a man last night?
As
Glorbbo doesn't understand sex.
while everyone is there anyone in the crew that doesn't need to sleep?
Just to make this worse, Glorbbo's the type that he doesn't understand what the term pushing rope means, and so this definitely comes up.
Oh,
He's asking. He's asking. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Jesus. All right. So, is there anyone on the crew that doesn't
Which
sleep?
one?
I sleep.
All right.
Yep, I have to have sleep.
All right. Cool.
I don't believe I need to sleep, but I think just from sheer exhaustion that went out earlier, I will take a rest.
Alrighty. So everyone goes to sleep at night, and you think you might hear something from the end of the ship that splashes in the water, but you quickly ignore that and go back to sleep. As you all wake up the next day, and Glorbbo, you realize that Captain Jogg is gone, as she appears to have left the ship.
Is the pirate ship still there, or did it disappear?
You guys are with the pirate ship, I'll say, so she's pretty much given up on that. She's taking the one of the dinghies.
Ah,
As you guys finally make it to your quarry, to the island of Tumunzar, and you all see an island appear upon the horizon with the bellowing of "Land ho!" You know your mission was a success. You have arrived at Kafals on Tumunzan. Your ship docks at the port side of Kafals, and for those who get up with the cargo, you find that this farming village is in desolation. Half of the buildings are in ruin, burned to crisps, or flown away by what you can only assume were like hurricane-style gale winds, or destroyed by some kind of immense force. And the other half that are intact are full of starving and sick common folk, with bleak and solemn gazes in their eyes. There are a small few who appear to be soldiers, severely injured, and one who seems to be missing a leg. And you notice that a few of these soldiers are actually from different sides, appear to have different house emblems embroidered on their armor. Captain Flint orders his crew to hand the head of the village, an elderly halfling, the crates full of contraband Navy supplies that he has requested to be handed out amongst the village, with a warning that these items are contraband and could get him in trouble if the Navy found out. But the halfling gives an affirmation if the Navy asks, the Flint Pirates would never hear.
How many villagers are there in this settlement?
Let me roll. Let me just roll for that. I need to roll how many villages there are. There are about 48 villagers, and there's about 48 people in the village, and about 5 of them you can see would be soldiers. 5 or 6, actually. So 42 villages all up.
Okay.
If there were any more, you don't see them.
Because I was thinking about setting up like almost like a communal like food area.
Soup kitchen.
Like I would, yeah, kind of like a soup kitchen where I would start prepping meals and handing out, you know, like warm bowls of soup or whatever to hungry villagers.
Yep. You'll be able to do that because the contraband you see is not really like magic items or gold, but it is full of raw food and materials, citrus fruits, herbal medicines, fresh water, fresh clothes, and blankets.
Knowing this, I would like to assist, because Glorbbo accidentally took a peek at the contraband, and he just, never disclosed that to the crew. So knowing that was there, he would offer to assist Soar with aiding the villagers with his medicine practices.
Sure thing. Go ahead and while you're setting this up, Glorbbo, give me medicine checks. Give me a medicine check. And Soar, you go ahead and give me a cook utensils check. 20. All right.
Got an 11.
11. You're able to sort of roughly assess what each person has. Like, a few of them are definitely starving. A few of them have a few internal bleeding and injuries. You're able to use, what kind of, do you have any feats of any kind?
Feats.
As in, like, do you have the access to the healer feat amongst your features?
I don't see anything.
Alright, then it's probably not there. Alright, so you're able to sort of like do like little patch jobs, and they really definitely do appreciate it, but any more healing will probably require like a few spell slots in order for you to do that.
I have the herbalism kit, and I have some cure wounds I could do.
Yeah, I'll allow you to, using the materials, you can use them to make, you can roll me a herbalism kit check.
Okay.
And then in addition to the people, so depending upon what he rolls, would it be possible for me to heal, using my lay on hands ability, those who aren't going to be able to get healed?
Sure.
From his herbalism stuff?
9.
Not much.
Okay.
Not much, but better than
You're-
nothing.
I'll give you that advantage because you'll be getting help from Soar with this. You're able to make a few salves that do help with the soreness and a few of the injuries that these people have, and you manage to patch them up a fair bit. Give them like splints for their arms and legs. I managed to get like disinfectant to help them with their diseases using the herbs that you've got. And Soar, with the rest of them, you're able to use lay on hands to try and like mend a few of the sick that Glorbbo can't do on his own, as well as this place's doctor, who definitely appreciates the help. And he also appreciates you handing out the soup. And with
Question.
that, yeah,
Are there any children here?
there are definitely a lot of children. There's definitely at least a third of them are children. A third or
So Fortune's gonna try to kind of gather them all up and start doing sleight of hand, magic-y type tricks and all to entertain them.
okay.
And then, question for the GM here: how much should I get rid of for my land hands? Because I have 15 points that I could use. How much should I get rid of for?
I would say if you're doing
helping
it
out
for
these
like the village, then you would get rid of all of it. So you, Fortune, give me a sleight of hand or performance check. 25.
25.
Damn.
Yeah, the kids
Plus
are
10.
just,
Holy shit.
Yeah, the kids look very depressed and solemn, but as soon as they see your hand tricks, all eyes are on you as you're able to like keep them entertained with your card tricks, your sleight of hands, your swishing and swashing to basically keep them enraptured. Yeah, you actually see them smile a little bit, and over time you see them start to laugh. And
That'll keep them busy until the food is ready.
yeah, and Aniew, as you're watching all this happen, you see that Captain Flint and his crew are returning back to their ship.
I would be looking at the scenery around me and noticing that the contraband is just basic necessities. I would probably visibly like grit my teeth in disapproval of what is considered contraband nowadays, as it would be basically the government is turning its back against its people.
And with that, the first mate Kailu, the elf, the high elf, will look despicable, isn't it? That we have to be the ones to help the people when their own kingdoms would turn their backs on them.
Yeah. I follow the smuggler's code, the unwritten rule, which I assume you know. We do not cheat those or directly harm the innocent. But this is something beyond any of that.
This, unfortunately, young man, is nothing new.
I've seen some horrors in my day, but this is something else.
Do you know what happened to this village? This island, actually.
I have not.
There was a recent conflict between the kingdoms of Meatbluff and Godlug, each wanting this tiny island as a part of their territory. This village, among with many others on this island, was used as a battleground to decide who claims Tumanzar as their own, which means armed forces fighting and battle mages slinging their spells. And whoever side is left standing in the end gets the rest. Doesn't matter who won in the end. In fact, I don't really know. We are just here doing what the Navy should be doing. Anyway.
So the two nations war over this land, leave it destroyed, and left it with nothing.
They can always rebuild it, is their philosophy, in their own image. Winner takes all, as they say on the high seas.
They can't really rebuild it, can they? Not really.
Depends on how much they spend on their military. Anyway, here's your gold. So you guys each get 55 gold pieces for each of you.
The fact that I have 69 gold pieces now is crazy.
Nice.
Hey, baby, let's go! Woo!
Captain Flint was rather impressed with your work. We would be willing to give you a ride, but it seems like you have a vessel already. We'll be heading out to the Silk Sea. If we ever see you on the high seas, I'll keep you in mind as allies of the Flint Pirates. Best of luck to you.
You likewise. And remember the code.
Never forget. And with that, the Flint Pirates sails away, and your reputation has gone up as your first adventure across the Central Isles is now complete. You spend the rest of your time here, but you want trying to help these people. Before you head out, we are going to wrap up the session for tonight. And
Awesome.
you guys level up.
Woohoo!
How'd you guys enjoy this?
Very
Oh, I
good.
liked
love
it.
this. This is really fun.
This was awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. So now we're level
Yes.
4.
You are level 4 now.
Awesome.
Fun.
You've made allies, you've made enemies, and you've made a name for yourselves.
And lovers too.
And lovers. Lovers in quotation marks. Think.
I still like to imagine that.
Think
instead of
lovers in
them
the
actually
same way
doing
Batman and
anything-
Selena Kyle were lovers.
Mm.
Batman and Catwoman.
Completely one-sided.
I'm going to try and put a little pirate musical. Lookfu, where can the good people find you? What are you up to?
I am every Tuesday streaming my own D&D session.
Ooh.
Every other Tuesday, I should say. Typically just following this camp. No, we took a break. This is an every week campaign. Every other week I do my own campaign. You can find me at twitch.com at Lookfu_.
Oh, all right.
And that's all my social medias.
All right. Well, if that's the case, Galaxy, where can the people find you, and what are you up to?
Most of the time it's just streaming random games on Twitch. Lately I've been playing a rhythm game pretty much a lot. But I do stream like other games such as like Minecraft or, you know, other little indie games. Looking at like, what is it? I'm blanking on the name. Subnautica, the new one coming out soon, hopefully.
Ooh.
I'm looking at possibly gathering a small group to play that.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Phoenix, what are you up to? Are you up to anything in particular? Do you want to promote anything?
No.
Yep, don't find me.
Leave me alone you don't see me, you don't know me, go away.
She's basically John Cena.
You don't see me.
Yes.
Yep.
And last but not least, BeefForLess. Where can people find you, and what are you up to?
Ah, jeez. The good people know where they can find me. Because I stream with you a lot here on Twitch, but also on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram. I stream with you a lot. Play Elden Ring. We do Baldur's Gate. And you know, it's great to be a part of this, and really just try to get whatever sort of things I might be working on as like art projects or video editing projects, that sort of stuff. And that's kind of what I do.
Right on. All right, and the good people can find me over at twitch.tv/DuskNinjaKenji. You can also find me at youtube.com/DuskNinjaKenji. It says Media Dust, but DuskNinjaKenji also works, I believe. And twitter.com are the same thing. And I mostly do, yes, I play this game. I run this game here at least every other Sunday morning for me, and Saturday night for you guys. And on Saturday night for you, I think it's Saturday afternoon, I play, Beef plays Elden Ring for me. And I'm just sort of just there as like a bystander of sorts. We went through a pretty hard dungeon. That game was stressful. That's the most stressful game I've ever been through. Like, we were doing a mini boss, and I was terrified for my life. Oh, yes, I also have a Discord as well, in case you want to keep up to date with everything that I do. Because I also play Baldur's Gate 3 a fair bit. I also do a lot of, like, art streams and editing streams. Art streams basically drawing webcomics and stuff like, and, like, little art pieces I like, and editing bits where I basically just edit YouTube videos. Thank you guys for joining us for this stream. Thank you guys for helping me bring this world to life. So, for now, have a great day, have a great night wherever you guys are, and I'll see you on the next stream whenever I decide to do it. So take care, love you all, bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.